All right, let's dive right in. We're talking about a fundamental shift in what it means to win, to be successful. Because in this new age of AI, the old rules are kind of going out the window, and there's a new advantage taking their place. Just pure, simple speed. So let's break down why moving fast is the new secret to winning.
Now that's a pretty bold statement, right? It's designed to be a little provocative because it pushes back against everything we've been taught. It's not just about doing things quickly, it's about how speed is totally changing the definition of what it even means to be the best.
For the longest time, your edge was the knowledge you'd piled up over the years. But AI has just thrown gasoline on the fire of feedback loops. It's created a world where moving fast and iterating over and over again will beat slow, careful planning almost every single time. The game has totally changed.
So, if that old moat, the one built out of expertise, is drying up, what's taking its place? Let's take a look at the new foundation for your competitive advantage.
When you see it side by side like this, the shift is just crystal clear. The old moat, that fortress you spent years building around your career or your business, was all about deep, hard-won expertise. The new moat, it's your speed of iteration. It's about how fast you can try something, see what happens, learn from it, and go right back at it again.
To really get how massive this change is, we've got to rewind a little. Let's remember the world before AI, a time when, expertise was the undisputed king of the hill.
For pretty much all of modern history, this was the playbook. You went to school for years, then you practiced for more years, all to build this massive fortress of knowledge inside your brain. And that knowledge was your edge precisely because it was so hard and took so long to get. It was a defensible position.
And then, AI came along, and it basically acted like a great equalizer. It didn't just bend the old rules, it shattered them by making that once guarded knowledge available to, well, everyone.
Now, let's be super clear on this. AI is not making experts obsolete. Not at all. What it's doing is making their foundational knowledge accessible to anybody with an internet connection. Just think about a new founder who uses an AI tool to do a full-blown market analysis in like an afternoon. That's a task that used to take a whole team of expensive consultants weeks to pull off.
So, with knowledge not being the primary moat anymore, a new one pops up: iteration speed. See, it's not just about what you know anymore. It's all about how fast you can act on what you know, test your ideas in the real world, learn from what people tell you, and then immediately try again.
Okay, this can all feel a little abstract, so let's make it concrete. Let me tell you a quick story about two business owners that just perfectly illustrates this whole new dynamic.
So in one corner, you've got owner A. He's a 20-year veteran, a seasoned pro. He believes in careful, meticulous planning. In the other corner, you have owner B. She's newer to the game, but she's got AI tools and she has a bias for action. She is the iterator.
I mean, just look at the difference in their approach. Owner A locks himself away for 3 whole months to craft the perfect launch plan. He wants to get it right the first time. In that exact same 3-month window, Owner B has already launched six different versions of her product, learning directly from real customers every 2 weeks.
So who do you think wins? Yeah, it's the iterator. It's not even close. And even though she had less experience on paper, she ended up building a product the market actually wanted. Why? Because she learned from the market itself, not from a plan she made in a quiet room. Her speed just completely outmaneuvered his experience.
So, we've seen why speed is the new advantage. But now for the important part. How do you actually build this iteration thing into a habit? How do you make speed your new permanent edge?
This pyramid breaks down the new power dynamic perfectly. At the very, very top, you have the holy grail, seasoned experts who also learn to move fast. These people are absolutely unstoppable. But look at that middle tier. You've got iterators, people without tons of experience, and they are rising fast, often leapfrogging the slow-moving experts at the bottom. The biggest takeaway here? If you already have experience, just adding speed makes you unbeatable.
The process itself is really just a simple 4-step loop. First, get to version 1 as fast as you can. You have to fight that urge for it to be perfect. Just get it done. Then immediately get it out there. Expose it to real-world feedback. Next, use that feedback to make it better. And finally, and this is the most important part, do it all over again. Repeat. This little loop is the engine that drives all that progress.
Now, I can hear the question already, especially from those of us who really pride ourselves on doing high-quality work. But isn't it better to wait? Until it's really polished and perfect? And for a long, long time, the answer to that question was yes. But the new rule for the age of AI is blunt. Polish later, ship now. Think about it. The cost of making a change, of revising something, is lower than it has ever been. So waiting for perfection has actually become the riskiest possible strategy. Getting real feedback on a rough draft is 1,000 times more valuable than perfecting something that nobody's ever seen. Okay, theory time is over. Now it's time to actually put this powerful idea into practice. Let's move from just learning about it to actually doing it. Here's your assignment.
Here's a super simple 3-step challenge to get you started. First, pick one project. Just one that you know you've been overthinking. We all have one. Second, commit to yourself right now that you will ship a rough, imperfect version by the end of next week. And third, share it. Just share it with 3 people you trust and ask for their honest thoughts.
Look, this is probably going to feel uncomfortable. Your brain is going to scream at you that it's not ready, that it's not good enough, but you have to try anyway. The learning you're going to get from just taking action will be so much more valuable than the comfort you get from waiting. You really might just surprise yourself. Thanks for watching.